Hello, it's great to have Upasana with us today, founder of MobiKwik. Upasana, thank you for taking time out for us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Upasana, one of the fantastic innovations to come out of India has been UPI. What Indian financial sector has done is it's an inspiration for many around the world.
Yeah.
You have been at the forefront of it. You have not just rode on this wave, you have also created this wave. How do you see the financial sector now? Where do we grow from here, and what's the next disruption that you see in this space?
I think that looking at where we are today, I feel very confident that Fintech India has proven itself because it has become a part of the daily life for at least 500 million Indians. From a perspective that everyone pulls out their phones to make a everyday payment. But we are also seeing that there is still a very large opportunity in front of us. And why is that? Because of course, even now it's great that we are processing the largest number of transactions digitally as opposed to any other country in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also because we have a very large population.
Yeah.
And what we have to look at is that 100% population or 80% of the population tapped? The answer to that is no. If you think about unique UPI users, I think that number is hovering around 500 million or so. 450 to 500 million is what I've seen as of industry reports coming out towards the end of last year. And the expectation is that this is going to double now because we already have 850 million unique bank accounts in India. And this is just digital payments.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you think about merchants, which is the MSMEs, whether they are online merchants or they are the small shop owners or kirana store, there about 50 million merchants are accepting payments digitally. Whether they are accepting via card machines or QR code or payment links, everything put together. That number is also expected to get to about 80-85 million. So both on a consumer side and the merchant side, there is a lot of opportunity for growth on payments. And when you think about fintech, then payments is the least common denominator. It's the foundation. Yeah. Only after digital payments has reached a person or a customer can we expect that credit will reach them or insurance will reach them or savings or wealth management products will reach them. And in all of those, like for example in credit, we believe less than 100 million Indians have access to formal credit. So that's less than 10% of our population. So there is immense room for growth there, both on the customer side and the merchant side.
Super, that's very exciting to hear. Upasana, 2 years back, 2 years of ChatGPT, 2.5 years now, has also been very exciting in terms of the possibilities of generative AI which have been brought to the forefront. How do you see that impacting fintech, and where can it help in accelerating the innovation?
I think it can help everywhere, but I think the first use cases that we are seeing where people are focused on, and I think of course the adoption has been much faster in the Western world, in the Valley for example, and here in India I am seeing the adoption is coming now, so to speak, people are getting started. First and foremost is in terms of identity, verification of user identity. Second, in terms of we use a lot of data to figure out what products to cross-sell to our users. We use a lot of data to figure out whether there is a fraud possible in these transactions or for that matter for underwriting. So I think in all of these places, in many of these models, perhaps machine learning models were getting used, but I'm seeing more and more usage of AI coming into play.
China is using palms to make the payments, for instance. So is that where we see a lot of disruption by reaching, to reach the next wave of crowd?
Oh, absolutely. China is using palms. Well, let's not forget we were using thumbprint for, Aadhaar-based payments for many years now. But yeah. I'm just saying that form factor, language, how you speak to someone, or even if, let's say, as a large-scale fintech company, I can tell you ourselves that, we field, multiples of thousands of customer support calls and email tickets. And if we are only able to answer it in English and Hindi and let's say 2 more languages, then what about the 30 other languages that people are using?
Yeah, true.
And the next level of growth and inclusion will come from the fact if the product experience as well as the support experience is all available for people who are perhaps not so conversant with English.
Super. Upasana, the last 2-3 years have also seen roller coaster for startups and exits and IPOs, right? So 2021 and 22 were fantastic for Indian startup world. Last 2 years, we have seen some disruptions, even for the companies that managed to go to IPOs or some which eventually ended up cancelling. How do you see the sentiment now, and how should a startup, see the way forward?
You are right. I mean, it has been an up and down kind of roller coaster journey. But I'll tell you what I think has happened because of this. So what that means is people have started focusing, founders as well as their teams have started focusing more on building profitable growth or sustainable companies where there is a business model, and it's not as if you're building out forever without having a business model. In fact, I'll tell you more often than not, because I get to meet a lot of early to mid-stage founders. Most times I find that they are living a fairly difficult life, even if they are funded, and many are sacrificing a lot more. And I keep actually telling them that you should be charging your company, a proper salary instead of sacrificing even on your take home, especially if you are a business that is making money or has raised capital. I think that there are more strong, good founders than the bad actors. These things will keep happening. Markets will keep going up and down. Incidents will keep happening. Ultimately, it will create a stronger ecosystem where all parties, will understand that there will be noise, but there will be positive signals also.
Very insightful, Upasana. Thank you so much for taking time today.
Thank you.